Well, it's Sunday afternoon here at Stanton Glass Studio, and it's the time of the week that I come out to this shop and kind of look around and see what work needs to be done for the upcoming week, and to schedule Samuel, Tim, Kevin, different ones, and what I want them to work on. Right now, I'm going to catch up a little bit on this window from a church out of Gainesville, Texas, that was built in the late 1800s. We've pulled the windows out of this church. It's a Methodist church. And we've taken the windows and done a rubbing of the windows, a cartoon. We've given all the windows a bath, taken all the old lead out, cleaned it, scrubbed it, made note of what needs to be mended and what needs to be replaced. And right now we're in the process of leading the window using traditional lead cane that's been used for centuries, a lead knife that's been used for centuries, and a hammer. Nothing's really changed since the beginning of the stained glass industry. Stained glass work is all hand done. I think the biggest change that's come is the invention of lead nippers, which has replaced the use of a lead knife that we've used for a long time in the industry. Leading a window is a handcraft where we're actually molding the lead cane to shape the lead lines in the window. Trim off this piece of waste there. I'm going to run my piece of lead long, and I'll cut it to size in a minute. Right now, the nails that I'm using to hold the lead in place are shoe nails that cobblers would use to cobble shoes together. We found that these nails from Germany are very sharp and are a lot better than the traditional horseshoe nails that stained glass studios have used for centuries. Long reach. Okay. The pieces fit into place into the lead channel and line up along the cartoon lines that we have here. We take a splice of lead and put it up against the glass so that the sharp nail does not chip the edge of the glass. I use the lead knife to mark the angle that I want to cut my lead, and then simply snip it with the lead dikes. I'm seeing that I'm a little bit over my line here, and looking down here I have some adjustment I can make. So now this curve lines up perfectly. And in here I know that I'm going to have to trim this piece of lead that I let run wild. So come in here, make a mark, remove this piece of lead, and simply snip the lead. Put this piece in place. Next, I will bend the piece of lead to follow this curve and put this piece of glass in. When building a window, you start in the corner and you work your way out. hold this with my fingers while I insert this into the H channel of the lead cane. I give it a light tap like this to seat the glass in the lead. This is a rubber mallet on the end of the hammer. The next pieces to go in would be these pieces so that we don't trap ourselves into not being able to slide them in place. So once again, I'm going to cut my lead. Insert the lead over the glass, molding the lead to the shape of the curve. I'm going to leave this one long because I have to follow the lead line around to this area so that we have a smooth lead line. We want the lead to flow with the design of the window. Holding things in place, we just need a couple of nails there. The next piece fits in like this. Stained glass windows have been built this way for centuries. The only thing that I think that's changed is the advent of diamond grinders and electric soldering irons. Pretty much the same methods that were used to build the cathedrals in Europe are still being used today in stained glass studios across the country. This is a typical day at Stanton Glass Studio.